Dear WNBA, why? Why? Why do you keep doing this? Why do you insist on destroying yourselves at every single opportunity you get to do so? You have had the greatest thing in the history of a struggling sports league just bam, dropped right into your lap. And your response is to do everything you can to blow this incredible opportunity that you will never get again. Oh my lord, Cathy Engelbert, the very next day, which is I probably today in terms of this video being dropped after the game, you should be out there saying, "Hey, you know what? This is unacceptable. We can't have this. These officials, these referees are being put on leave. They are being suspended because this needs to change. This is ruining our league." Sports are tough to officiate. I get it. I've done it. I feel like I have to make this speech every once in a while to let people know. I get how difficult it is. I am not interested in just like in the NFL, right? When you have to go super slow-mo to whether or not a guy's toes are inbound on a catch on the sideline, or whether a player gets his hand under a ball before it skips off the turf, or in basketball when it is a high speed bang bang block charge and you've got to super slow-mo it. I am not complaining ever about what the official called in real time, man. It is not easy. However, what we're seeing way too often is blown calls that officials have great views of that they could not possibly get wrong unless they're making the call for other reasons than reality. They're using their feels, they're letting personal animosities, maybe they're letting betting get in the way, but they are not making the call correctly. And what is so blatantly obvious, there have to be consequences for officials. I get it. People say, oh, well, then we're not going to get officials. It's a thankless job. I get all that. We got to figure it out because you can't allow officials to do everything consequence free. Otherwise, you know what you get? You get the officiating we've been getting lately. And it has to change. It has to get better because it is destroying the competition of the sport. And I have a great example here for you. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, my eyes just started watering from allergies. Oh, here we go. Uh, do me a quick favor, like, comment, subscribe. I truly do appreciate it. So we are going to take a look at what was a monster call late in the Indiana Fever Atlanta Dream game that could have changed the outcome of the game. Wow, this is crazy. Here we go. This is insane. We're going to look at it again. There's Caitlin Clark. No, she's not. I mean, maybe she gets fingernails like on a keyboard, which I think is what Rebecca Lobo said. In no way, shape, or form. There's the official right there. There's an official to the right, basically in the same position. They both have a great look at this. They called this a foul on Caitlin Clark, which, of course, it isn't in any reality, in any multiverse. This is not a foul on Caitlin Clark. And oh, by the way, Stephanie White challenged it. If you want to understand how egregious this call was, Stephanie White challenged it. If you want to understand how bad the officials are, they upheld this foul call on the challenge. By the way, Rebecca Lobo and I think it was Ryan, right? They the whole time this is going on, there's no way that cannot be a foul. She doesn't do anything wrong. This is not possible. Even they absolutely will overturn it with the challenge. And then they didn't. Now, of course, Ryan, it turns out he's a little more of a WNBA simp than Rebecca is because he tried to somehow justify this with a foot thing. Now, look, if you can see it there, Ryan Howard kicks out a right foot, although I don't even think that touches. And I think it maybe lands near Caitlin Clark's foot. And that's right. That's not what they were looking at, but that's Ryan trying to justify it because he wants to protect the WNBA and his job. And Rebecca was like, yeah, No, no, absolutely not. There is no way that there is a foul on this play, even with a challenge, folks. And this is where we run into a problem. There is no possible way that you can come up for a justification of this call. You can't come up for a justification in real time. You can't watch this and think that there is a foul here. Because by the way, you can also see it. I did see. I couldn't find it for all of you. I forget. I think it was during the game where they did a review, replay angle from where the official is, and it's actually a pretty good angle. And you can see Caitlin Clark's hands are separated from Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard leaning to her left on that shot. And I will say this, I don't even think she's trying to draw the foul there. The leg kick out is that's what they all do now because they get really bad calls on that. But you're going to your left away from the defender, Caitlin Clark. So there's no way you're getting a landing space call. But she's leaning to her left because that's how she decided to shoot it because of the way she's coming off the screen from right to left and her momentum. And for some players, that's more comfortable or, easier than trying to stop, plant your feet and go straight up with your shot. You just go with it to the left and you practice that enough, it becomes comfortable for you. But yeah, man, I mean, there's just no possible way whatsoever you can find a foul in this play. So she shot three, made three, and then you add in the fact that you check this out on replay. Are you kidding me? WNBA needs to clean this stuff up. No one is they have such an opportunity to explode into the public consciousness and solidify their position as a viable professional sports league that has a future and I don't know, make some money and then maybe we see player salaries go up and then maybe next CBA they get an even bigger and better media rights deal. But that is not happening when you continue to make ridiculous mistake after ridiculous mistake. And no one watching this is going to is look well, okay, your old guard WNBA fans, your Hatelins, your slows, your racial grievance mongers and all of those people, that very, 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 very small group of people that were your only people at the games at the time, all 71 of them with your little social club parties. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, that's a foul," because it's Caitlin Clark and they're insane. But none of your real sports fans are going to continue to see this over and over again. You will get people who check out. I know it doesn't seem like it right now because the aura, the brightness, the aura, the magnetic pull of Caitlin Clark is so damn powerful right now that she's putting up massive ratings numbers. Caitlin Clark's not playing forever, folks. And right now, the people supporting Caitlin Clark are not sticking around as WNBA basketball fans for you. Not when you're like this. Not when you continually, well, for one, to tell them you don't want them, but then you officiate games in this manner, they have zero interest in sticking around. You're not going to keep them. And then your sponsors, when the ratings crash and your sponsors aren't getting their money's worth, and the media who gave you the deal aren't getting their money worth, you are going to have a massive problem because the NBA is going to be like, no, you had it. You had the opportunity. We paid for you for 30 years. You had the opportunity to stand on your own and you failed to do it. You're not dipping back into our pocket. That ride is over. Man, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. Appreciate you watching. I will talk to you later.